Hi everyone and welcome to Single Topic Discussions. Uh, as you know, we have been trying to talk about and trying to deliberate over the subject or the subject matter, the topic, ego, or being able to say I. Yes, I-ness. Okay, a unit of measure. The purpose of the ego is expected to consider itself as a unit of measure and to measure its position first and then the position of every identity, every single identity. And we build our personality on these measures. Belief consciousness. Since there is no I-ness in things, in the other beings, entities, only human beings can look with the consciousness of belief. It is possible to measure and understand the reflections of all names and attributions in ourselves with our own tiny measurements. The positive side of ego depends on God. By knowing its own dependence, it knows God's independence. This is a measure. This is measuring. By reading or seeing its own limited power, limited seeing, limited knowing, etc., etc., it understands or it knows God's limitless power, limitless seeing, limitless knowing, limitless mercy, compassion. Yes. It weaves itself and the universe for the sake of Allah, on behalf of Allah. It is aware of the meaningful bond, link between its originator, creator, and itself. For example, it considers the structure and the design of teeth as the art of God, as the mercy of God. So it is able to read all inner and outer signs that point at God. The negative side of ego, on the other hand, weaves itself and the universe for the sake of itself. It breaks or it cuts the meaningful relation between its originator and itself. For example, it doesn't consider the structure and the design of our teeth as the art of God, as the mercy of God. So it blocks all signs that point at God. As for some others, some examine teeth design again and again. Yes, some people examine teeth design again and again. They say cutting, grinding teeth, enamel, tooth roots, capillaries, and muscles are seen. This structure, this tooth design is enough for a person for a lifetime. If enough attention is paid to it, they say, however, they don't mention the aspect of wisdom, the wisdom behind that design. Science is the only truth. Is that really all? Is that really all about this? Some other people take some others say, take a look. If these front teeth and back teeth were replaced, it would be unwise. We should see and thank our Lord who created everything in its proper place. Should we not? And they say, but they neglect scientific studies or does not take them seriously. They don't go in detail. They say religion is enough for us, Quran is enough for us. What can be said about this situation? Of course, it is also necessary to examine and to find some realities and some beautiful knowledge connected with the structure and the design of our teeth. And it will also strengthen or reinforce our belief. I mean, doing that kind of scientific studies is really essential. Also, some others, for example, they examine the structure of the teeth. They know as much as necessary. They care about them. They emphasize them. They give importance to them. They say, secondly, it cannot be a coincidence that our teeth are in their most proper places each. We see our Lord's knowledge as the third step. They also say, we see our Lord's knowledge, wisdom, mercy, and love for us in our teeth. They take religion, science, and art seriously. Okay. Color, shape, and voice. How much does a robin regard itself? And how much to its creator, and what does it say to us? Yes, in fact, once I read a poem, I can't remember the poet of it, but it starts like this. The north wind does blow. We will have snow. The poor robin. What will it do? Something like this. Yeah. The north wind does blow. We will have snow. And the poor thing, the poor thing, the robin, what will it do? It goes on like this. Okay, yes, what was the question? How much does a robin regard itself and how much to its creator, and what does it say to us? Yes, it has a beautiful shape, beautiful colors, and beautiful voice. So who gave that color to it? Who gave that voice, beautiful voice to it? Okay, it is really a meaningful message for us. We should try to think about it deeply. What is there behind? We perceive the singing of a robin by our ears. Is that all? How does that bird singing contribute to the joy of life, and why is it recorded in our memory? Yes, we are affected. We are affected by it. We like it, we enjoy it, and it doesn't annoy us. It doesn't bother us, and we keep its voice in our memory. Yes. So there is something really interesting and meaningful in its existence. Okay. Breaking down and building up. The self must see the world of the heart and soul while its own world is breaking down. Yes. Of course, mind is necessary. Of course, but is not enough. Mind is necessary, but is not enough. And there is also our psychological and spiritual aspect, heart and soul and conscience, for example. So our heart and soul and conscience are also the places of understanding something like our mind. They also function. Yes, they also function, and we have to pay attention to and try to feel them, try to enjoy them. Descending versus ascending. Descending towards down and ascending towards up. As long as the ego claims superiority or light in itself, that is, as it claims to exist in itself, it descends, goes down, and vice versa. Yes, if, for example, it doesn't claim to exist in itself, if it knows if he knows its existence from God, yes, then it does not descend but ascend, goes up. Why is it far from the chance of attaining self-perfection? Why is it far from the negative side, the first aspect of ego, which claims to exist in itself? Why is it far from the chance of attaining self-perfection? Because it blocks, it stops. It blocks the reflection of the beautiful names of God. Yes. And it does not or cannot or it is not able to equip himself with those excellent, beautiful qualities of the human being. Okay, the more modest the ego is, yes, the more modest the ego is, the more it rises, the more it ascends. To prove this, we can say that the sun gives the light. The mirror receives the light. Yes, the light from the sun reflects on the mirror. The Caliph of Allah, or Vicegerent of Allah, or the Steward of Allah. When we do positive things, we become aware of our stewardship and deserve to be the steward, vicegerent of Allah. Yes, the dictionary says that stewardship means responsibility for management and use of a resource or place, like the directors, CEOs, managers. Yeah. Okay, so the real owner or the real source of existence is God, but by means of the trust, which is ego, we can also make measurements and we can also understand, we can also get to know ourselves and God. Okay, this is all for now. See you in the next video, and I wish you a good day. I hope you'll find this video useful as well. Okay, bye for now.